All right, good morning. Good morning. So you guys are sitting on the deck with me. I'm going to pretend that you're sitting in this chair. That's my chair. And then this chair that I'm sitting in is Gary's chair. I always sit on that end. But I just plop my butt here. There used to be a chair right there that was where Gappy would sit. And, you know, or Gappy or Andy, you know. And then sometimes I would have both of them out here with me. Beautiful, beautiful memories. Isn't it something how you make these videos and you have these photographs so that you can look back on it? But once they pass away, you can't look at it anymore. It's hard to look at. It's crazy. So yeah, y'all, I'm sitting under the umbrella that's so faded. When I bought this years ago, it did not have that color. So I wanted to sit out here and just reflect and just exhale. And I just thought that I would share this with you guys. It is hot, believe me. It is very hot. Like, if I sit here too long, I guarantee you, even with this up, I will probably burn or get a tan on my feet or whatever, because I didn't open this up too wide. But I can feel that heat on my feet. But I feel cozy under this. And if you guys can see, look, that sun is beaming straight down on me. Oh my Lord. So I don't see any of my carpenter bees, but there's this one black bee. And I can't remember the name of it, but they're bees, not bees, they're wasps. And they have black wings with white dots on them. They're kind of creepy looking, but they're harmless unless you provoke them. And I'm just like, something else that the Lord made. He's so creative. I mean, his creative flow is just, woo, my goodness. But I love this, and I just wanted to share this with you guys because I love just sitting out here, especially in the winter time. And if you're wondering, why do we have those solar lights on there like that? We put that up so many years ago because Andy would jump up onto this railing and then jump up onto the roof and stay up there for hours. And I'm having a panic attack, you know, getting the ladder, trying to get him to come down, you know. And so we put that up there so that way he wouldn't leap over it. And it worked. It was a stumbling block for him because he didn't want to fall over. It just made him uncomfortable. So then I could leave him on the deck to enjoy himself and not have to watch him, you know, and eyeball him. I miss my babies, y'all. I really do. I miss my babies, but I would never, if I had the opportunity to have them back for a day, I'd say no, because I want them to be where they are happily in spirit. Not bring them here just for my comfort. So yeah, see that thing? It looks like a bee. It looks like a bee. It could be some type of bee. But I'm having my Premier protein shake. And I'm going to go in and watch my Saturday morning cartoons. And I'm not having my cereal. Y'all, you know, as much as I love Magic Spoon cereal, I had it under control where I would just have a couple of tablespoons. But sometimes you want a whole cupful. That is so good. Y'all, guess what concoction I made? I don't like the strawberry flavored version of this. It's okay, but I taste something fake. I taste something chemically with the strawberry version. So I stick to the ones that have the more natural flavor, like vanilla and caramel. And but I decided, I got this idea from a lady on YouTube. So I got the sugar-free or zero sugar, what do you call it, strawberry jello. And I just pour a little bit of the packet inside of my yogurt, if I'm having yogurt, or in my, what do you call it, my, what is that stuff I just told you? Milkshake, protein shake. And that way I can control the level of how much it tastes like strawberry, you know. And it's so much better that way. And I just save that for when I'm in the mood, you know, for something that's strawberry like. I miss strawberry shortcake. I miss my strawberry cream Danish. I miss the strawberry cream pie that you get from McDonald's. And I cannot believe with every fiber of my being that I have not slipped up. It has been literally 3 months, actually more than 3 months, since I have had a poisonous pastry. I'm telling you, I'm serious. That is nobody but God, y'all, because I would never be able to do that in my own strength. But you know what I'm talking about, right? Strawberry shortcake made my way with Cool Whip, cream cheese. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. And I'm talking about the type of cake texture that you would get in a 7-Up pound cake, where you beat one egg in at a time, where it's creaming. That's how you cream your cake. That's what I'm talking about. Old school Southern style. Oh man, the kind that grannies make, you know. But even with that, y'all, I'm like, man, the guilt is just overwhelming. Get off. So yeah, it is what it is. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go into the kitchen. This is what I got planned for today. Gary wants pork chops again. So let's just go ahead and give the man what he wants to eat. But I'm not going to make them with gravy this time. I'm going to smother them with onions. You know, like liver and onions. But I'm going to leave out the gravy unless he says, yeah, add gravy. And I'm going to fry them in butter this time. And I'm trying to think of what kind of flavor to give them. I was thinking maybe I could make Old Bay pork chops smothered in onions. What do you think? I don't know. I gotta see what happens when I get there. Let's see. What is the other thing that I'm going to make? Oh, yeah. I had told you guys that I wanted to make a keto version of codfish. And I haven't got that nerve back up yet because like Tony, I told you how I ruined it because I didn't have the right kind of flour. And I tried to put it in the air fryer. Tried to make it as healthy and keto friendly as I possibly could. And it just didn't taste good. I didn't like my combination of seasonings. To me, it was a total disaster. I threw it out the window for the cats and the you know, all the other animals that come around here. I did not like it. And I have yet to try it again. But check this out. Tony, tell me how you made your codfish. What seasonings did you use? I would assume, like, if you go to a, what do you call it? If you go to a place like, okay, we have this place called Hilltop. We have Double T Diner. We've got the Green Turtle. These are places that sell fish and chips. Eddie's, they all sell fish and chips. And it's always cod, coleslaw, pickle, and French and fries, you know. And sometimes you can get it beer battered, and it is so good. Bonefish Grill, another one that does it really good. They have the fish and chips. But I just wonder what type of seasoning they use. I could ask AI, but I'm just for the sake of communication. If you see this video, Tony, hope you're watching. You were watching. You're always watching, right? What seasonings did you choose for your cod? Because I don't want Old Bay, right? I don't want steak seasoning. I don't want Italian seasoning. I want it to taste as close to the fish and chip shops. And I'm thinking maybe it's just pure salt and pepper and a hint of garlic. Maybe that would do it. You know, maybe I could season it the way I would season a steak in a way. So if you don't mind sharing your recipe on how you've seasoned your codfish, let me know in the comment section, or if you don't want anybody else to know, email it to me. And because I know however you made it, I know it tastes good. I could tell it tastes good. Let's see, what else? So, okay, so this is what I'm gonna do, y'all. I'm going to make some beer battered pollock fish, Alaskan. And I got it from the grocery store, DoorDashed it. But I'm not going to bake it in the oven. Okay, I'm going to fry it in a frying pan in butter. And I want to see how this is going to taste. Now, I will probably just take a little tiny bite, because it is not keto friendly, to see what the crust tastes like, to see how well I crispied the crust. But then I'll break it open so that you can see what it looks like on the inside, and then I'll just pull a piece of the fish out to see how it tastes. So that's what I'm making. And the side dish is going to be onion rings. Now the onion rings I'm definitely going to put in the oven, because I don't want to deep fry them, and I don't want to pan fry them. I just want to bake them in the oven, and just a few of them, just to see what it will taste like. So that's what lunch will be for Gary today. It will be fish and onion rings. Fish and rings. So that's what that will be. And then I was thinking about steaming some shrimp, because I've got some Gulf shrimp that I want to steam. I was thinking about that. But then I'm like, no, I don't feel like doing all that. Because I can gobble that up, drench it with oil and obey. Good grief. So I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna steam any shrimp today. I'll make him that fish, and then I will make the pork chops and onions. But I'm gonna cook it in butter this time, and not avocado oil. And I'm gonna change up the seasonings. And yeah, I'm gonna put a little bit of lemon juice in it, and black pepper. So yeah, so stick around. I'll be right back in a flash. Don't go nowhere. All right, guys, this is me in the future. All right, we have already went through our video. All right, but let me tell you what happened. My camera died, and there was a big chunk, and I mean a big chunk of footage that was lost. So what I'm going to do right here, right now, is just recap what I think you missed. I told you that my husband wanted fish, like beer battered fish, and I thought it was so funny because I was just talking to Tony about fish, right, and how I wanted to make that cod. And so what I did was I have my 2 frying pans here, and I told you all that this time I want to make it with butter, not the avocado and coconut oil. And it showed y'all how I wanted my fish well, his fish to come out. I wanted that buttery, crispy taste. I didn't want it in the oven. I definitely didn't want it in the microwave. And I showed you all that it was Gordon's. Hold on. Okay, I showed you that it was Gordon's. I'm going to get it away from my raw meat. But I had Gordon's fisherman things, these pollock fillets, right? Pure, it looked just like that, right? And I had beer battered and I had regular. And I was showing you the different ones. We were going to taste test it, which I think is still filmed. You know, I didn't lose that footage. And I showed you that he wanted the canned string beans. They came in a can with potatoes, and I fixed it up my way. And I showed you that they were the, I think, Glory Days or something like that. And so I showed you everything that I had to work with, everything that I was using. And I was showing you that I was buttering the pan, what type of butter I was using. And the footage was just, it was messed up, which figures, right? So I don't know if you guys even got the pork chops. I think you did. And I think I showed you, just in case you didn't know, that this is what I used. The smoked paprika, the lemon pepper, the garlic, the concoction of lemon lime juices, the teriyaki, all of that stuff. Don't know what was lost. Oh, I know that the very first part when I came out here and I had my 2 frying pans together and I was showing you the different things that I had, the can of the string beans, the 2 different types of fish, and I showed you, I pulled out the onion rings from the freezer. So all that is gone. I can't find it anywhere. And you know what I think happened? I pressed pause. I thought I pressed pause and I didn't. I didn't do anything. It didn't go through. And then when I went to press play, really what I did was I paused it, or stopped it. So you're going to see a little bit of a glitch, but y'all, this is real life. I am not perfect. And my videos are not perfect. I record from my cell phone. I don't even have a ring light. But these are the pork chops. They are coming across real good. Whoops, we don't want that. So this is me from the future, giving you a sneak peek at what my chops are looking like. But stay tuned, watch this video to the end, enjoy, click like. If you just like it, 1 out of 10. Do that for me. But you know what, y'all, 3 times my camera just died. So I know it's time for me to get a new phone. I just don't want to go through the hassle of setting up a new phone. This is a Note 9, if you can imagine how old that is. So I apologize for the hiccups. Enjoy my day, and I appreciate it. Enjoy my day with me. Alright guys, I'm back and we have got some work to do. The first thing I need to do is I need to get a knife. I need to get some tools, so hold on. All right, let's go in here. All right, Tony, this is for you, my dear. All right, pardon these chickens. They need to be not liking the way they look. All right, Tony, in here, my sweetheart, my lemon thunder. But you know what? Here's the thing, Tony. All right, let me get these nasty looking chicken legs out here. I do not like the way they look. All right, so here is my lime juice. Okay, now you can have lime and water, Tony, and it'll taste good. You can have lemon and water, and it will taste good, right? even without the thunder, okay? And it'll taste good. But when you combine the two of them and you put it in your water, that's where I get my thunder. That's my thunder. That's when it comes out. I love putting them in individually, especially if it's organic fresh lime or organic fresh lemon. But when I get the juice and I mix the two of them together, it is boom, it's thunder. I had to throw that in there, right? So you want to try this? Try this. Try some lime in your lemon thunder, and then you just might end up with lemon lime thunder. It's possible. It is possible. All right, y'all. All right, Tony, I'm going to let this cook, and I'll be right back. Don't you go anywhere now. You don't have nowhere to go. Just stay. Stay. All right, y'all, I got y'all in my freezer with me. I wanted to say, for those of you who like keto, this Rebel ice cream mint chocolate chip, I didn't like it at first because the chocolate chip was so dark, and I don't like dark chocolate. But as you can see, this is not a full container anymore. You get accustomed to it. This ice cream is not mine. That is Gary's. I don't eat that crap. This is half empty, and they got some on sale, and I actually forgot to get more because I only have a half a container. So that kind of sucks, but that's that. So I'm going to get me some ice, but I didn't want to share that because I know that there are some of you that are doing this walk with me. So congratulations if you have had some success. All right. So let us check on our food. Hold on. Yeah, let's check on things and see if this needs to be flipped over. I don't think so. Yeah, that's not ready to be flipped over yet. And this is cooked. I tell you one thing though, this smells good. I just want to get a little bit of that, a little bit of burnt. You know what I'm talking about. All right, so I'm going to finish cutting up my stuff here. And then we're going to take this to the next level. All right, y'all. My string beans are where I want them to be. So what I added is now I'm ready to add in my onions and my tomatoes and salsa. Think of stewed tomatoes and string beans. It's an old Southern recipe. So I let them cook enough, and now I'm going to let it cook for just a few minutes longer, just enough to get that stewed tomato flavor going. Oh, that looks good. All right, so now let's just see. This smells good. The house smells like a fish and chip shop. I want to see how crispy I was able to get it. So far, I'm not liking... Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, let's put that kind of more into the center. And let's see. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, let me flip this over. All right, yeah. Okay, so I will let y'all know what it tastes like because we always put it in the oven. All right, so let's see. Nope. All right, so we're gonna let these cook a little longer, but this is what I was looking for. I was looking for that pan-fried crispiness. Okay, and the salsa that I always use is the Tostitos chunky salsa. So this is good. And let's go over here, and here we got them ready. So y'all ready to eat? Come on over. The door's open. Come on over. You want me to let you in? Come on. All right, guys, hold on. All right, guys, we are back. I've got this where I want it. I can turn the fire down. You see that? How I got that creamy, like stewed tomato going on here. That's with the salsa, and I got the little bit of char on here. So this is what I wanted. And the what is this? The onions, I did not want them sauteed. I did not want them cooked too much. I wanted them to have a little bit of crisp to them. So this is exactly how I wanted it. It is like stewed tomato combination. It is so good. And moving over to here, look, this is what I'm talking about. This crispy, just like that. That is what I want this to look like on both sides. I'm going to take my finger just so you can see. See what I mean? I want that crisp on both sides all the way through. So every bite is like this. You know what I mean? All right, so in the meantime, I rinsed off, washed my pork chops. I did not marinate them because I did not know what type of flavor I was going to use. I decided to go with the coconut aminos. This is good for you. It's a coconut teriyaki type flavor to me. Like it makes you want to think of Bahamas, the Caribbean. And I'm going to put a little bit of that. It is very strong. So, and a little bit of this key lime lime juice, but this is lemon and lime. This is mixed together. This is thunder. Okay. Baby thunder. All right. And what goes good with lemon and lime? Lemon pepper, garlic, black pepper. And then what goes good with the coconut teriyaki? Smoked paprika. And that's what's in here, is smoked. And then I will put a little bit of steak seasoning in here on this. And then we are going to fry it in butter this time and put it in the frying pan and see how it goes. So I'm trying to think what else. I think that's it. I'm going to let this cook a little bit longer. This I'm done with, and I will see you in a few seconds. Everybody, these onion rings are almost ready. Not quite as crispy as I would want them, but as you can see, they are browning really good. Loving it. So I'm going to let them cook a little bit longer, and we're going to do this taste test to see the beer battered as opposed to the regular. Oh yeah, I like that. Oh my gosh, this is dangerously good. All right, and then the one that's not beer battered, I believe it's this. I think this was one of them. Okay, so we're gonna taste it. It's still good because I can taste that butter. That butter in there is just, it makes a difference. I'm taking very tiny bites. That's dangerously good. Oh my gosh. All right, now my string beans with the char on it. Love that. Look at that. It's perfect. You can taste it, the salsa, you can taste the spice. Let me see this. String beans, juicy, tender. This is perfect. Oh my gosh, can I have some more? This is good. I could eat this by itself, but this is going to be the side dish for the pork chops. So we're going to put that to the side, and this is going to go with the onion rings, like I said. All right. So now I got this pan all browning. The oil, the butter has been browning, and now I'm going to put this in. Unflavored. Everybody has their way of doing it, but yep, I'm doing it this way. All right. All right, so what I'm going to do now is, it doesn't need it, but my husband prefers it because of his situation, his teeth situation. So we're going to put a little bit of meat tenderizer on there, just a sprinkle, right before it starts cooking. All right, and now I'm going to put my smoked paprika. This is just how I choose to season, because I can see, you know, I can literally see what I'm working with, how much that something is evenly seasoned. I need to see, and that's why I prefer to do it this way. That's just me. All right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to let this cook for a little while. All right, and after we let it cook for a while, then we're going to add this. We're going to add the sauces, because if we add the sauces too soon, what happens is you get a little bit too much char, a little bit what my husband calls skillet sludge, and I love it. But we're going to let that, you know, we're going to let that do its thing. I'm just going to, I don't want this anymore. I'm going to use something else. Use my spatula. But, so we're going to let this cook, see how it turns out, and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, so while that food is cooking, I'm going to do my monthly cleaning. I usually do this the first Friday of every month, where I've got soap and I've got vinegar to clean out my garbage disposal. How do you clean out your garbage disposal? I also use those Lysol wipes down and around in here, and then I take and I scrub that. See that? Sometimes I end up I clean these like every 2 weeks. Another concoction. And then I just let it sit for a while. And then we put some Castile soap. And I'm glad that I got I'm cleaning the dishwasher. First Friday of every month, I do a cleaning. And so while that's cleaning, I can clean this. And all that water will come in and fill up. And this works out great. And then once that's done, I'll sanitize the sink. And by the time that that's done, we'll have some pork chops that are going to be ready to flip over. So his dish this is his lunch. It's done. A little teeny piece broke off and I tasted it. It was just, see how it's brown? This is what I was looking for. This is all perfect. All I need to do now is make coleslaw, but I'm not doing that. This is lunch. Take it or leave it. Usually I would throw a dill pickle or kosher pickle, but he can do that himself. So let's sit this over here. And y'all, I did nibble on some of those string beans. All right, so if you've never tried that before, try it. Salsa in your what do you call it? String beans. All right, so let's flip this over. Get it in there real good. Oh yeah, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, you can do your chops any way you want. But I like mine to be tender. I can't get this son of a gun to flip over. Alright, there we go. I kind of keep them in the middle because the burner is not that big. Because I'm looking for this. And I also want to see just how tender it is. Now, I can use the hammer and hammer it. Give it that, it'll help, you know, tenderize it. But honestly, it's okay. Alright, so it needs a little bit more tenderizer for him. For me, it's just fine. But for him, he would need a little bit more tenderizer. So, in them slits, there it goes. Just a little bit. And then what'll happen is, see, right now it's not tough, but I know how he needs it to be for him to chew. Let's see, let's put just a tad bit more on this one. All right, so that's looking good. When it gets to the look that I'm looking for, then what we'll do is we'll be able to, we can add some broth in, give it a, you know, a little bit more of a tender vibe, but I'm not going to do that. We're just going to keep it like it is. And I'll be back with the finished product, and then we'll be at the end of cooking with me. I don't even know what to title this video, y'all. This isn't under wellness, is it? Because I'm not cooking anything really healthy. I'm just going to put it off the cuff stuff, spend the day with me, because it is Saturday. And this is what I'm doing today. Once I get done cooking his stuff, then I will cook my stuff, which is I'm going to make my veggies for the week. I'm good on chicken. I'm good on ground beef. I'm good on everything else for the week. So I won't need anything. I mean, my food will last me all week. And I had a decreased appetite, so my food lasts a while. But for him, this will last. This should last him a few days, maybe 4 days, 3 or 4 days, something like that. Depends on, you know, because he goes to work. If he's off, it won't last that long. But if he goes to work, then it will last a little bit longer. So these are his containers. As you can see, I have my containers. Y'all know what my containers look like. Mine are the clear ones with the airtight rubber, and you press down on the sides. Y'all have seen that. So he has his container. It's crazy. Everything is his and hers around here. I'm serious. Everything is his and hers. We even have our own vacuums. There's a vacuum for his bedroom, vacuum for my bedroom, and then the commonplace vacuum. It's crazy, but it is very real. All right, let's see. What does that look like? All right, yeah, we're going to let that cook a little longer. All right, and in the meantime, and the in-between time, just a tad bit of smoked paprika and a tad bit of the pepper and garlic and a tad bit of the steak salt seasoning. And I don't like to put too much because it's going to be already salty as it is. And this stuff here has a lot of sodium in it. All right, now I am ready to pour in just a little bit of lemon juice. Just a smidgen. And then we're going to let that sizzle. And I will be back with the finished product. Y'all, we've got some chops that are still in the frying pan. And then we've got these chops, and they are glistening. Look at that. They are glistening. All right, as you can see, I tried this. Look at that steam coming off of there. Woo-wee. That one is lemon pepper. You got, you know, the garlic, paprika, all that stuff. Lemon juice. Okay. And then this one has the teriyaki, the coconut amino added to it. See how it's got, see the difference? It's more charred than this one, in my opinion. Just my opinion. So let's taste this and see what the difference is. Oh gosh. I guess that explains it, right? I would say add a little bit more of this. I'll need a little bit more of that coconut flavor. And then we're going to try this one. Okay, it's already been bitten into. Well, I took a knife and cut it so that he could taste it. And I thought he would like one better than the other. He liked them both. Okay, so now I'm going to try it. This one is a little more tender, a little more juicier. And it's exactly what I wanted it to be for him. For him. This one right here is definitely for me. I like this one better. But it's not for me. I made them for him. But I can taste that the coconut, the Caribbean teriyaki. Whereas this one, not so much. Not at all. But this is the winner for me. So since he likes both of them, what the heck? But I'm okay with this, but I prefer this. Oh, man. Alright. So, that is it, y'all. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go ahead and finish frying up the rest of these things and make my vegetables. And I'm going to relax for a little bit. But, yes, Lord. Oh, that's good. That is really good. Have a wonderful Saturday. God bless you. I love you all. Drop me comments. Let me know what you think. I mean, comments are motivation. Hit that thumbs up if you just like this type of video. Even one. Just 1 out of 10. You know what to do. All right, guys. God bless you. I love you all. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I hope that you will find that my content blesses you in one way or the other. I have created playlists, y'all. So check out the created playlist and see if you can find something that is of interest to you, because I do multiple things. My channel isn't dedicated to just one thing. So find what flicks your bick, and I hope that you will be content and satisfied. So thank you so much.